Now then, Congressman Pat Fallon, Republican from Texas, joins me. Congressman Fallon is on the Armed Services Committee in the House of Representatives. Congressman, with internal fighting inside Russia, in a country with 6,000 nuclear weapons, do we know where those weapons are and who controls them?
Stuart, thanks for having me on. Yes, the number one thing and priority for the United States and really the international community is who has command, control, and custody of these nearly 6,000 nuclear weapons. It was a lot easier to track them when we had access due to the signing of the New SALT Treaty, but Putin suspended our access in 2022. But there doesn't seem to be an immediate threat. That doesn't mean that we're obviously not still highly concerned. The worst case scenario is a rogue military element takes over, much like the premise of the movie Crimson Tide. We don't want to see that. But, the other thing, Stuart, that's a little bit, it concerns me is there was a report years ago that Russia has lost control of accounting of 100 suitcase nuclear weapons. That's according to their former national security advisor. So it's of grave concern. It always has been. But right now, it seems to be stable. Are
you getting intelligence fed to you as a member of the Armed Services Committee? Are they telling you, our intelligence services, are they telling you what's going on? Because we hear that our intelligence services knew that something was going on with Prigozhin on Thursday of last week.
We didn't have advanced knowledge. I found out in real time, just like everyone else. But yes, we have been apprised of the situation since because of the sensitivity of it. I mean, I do think Putin internationally has been severely weakened, but internally, if he's been weakened, that's a question that's really still up for debate because they control the media and they can spin. And they've told the Russian people some absolutely insane things in the past, and they tend to swallow it to some degree because there's no counterbalance to it.
Mayor, again, I'm going to change the subject. Senator Ted Cruz wants the House to consider impeaching President Biden over the Hunter allegations. My question is, do people really want another impeachment?
No, it's always what we don't want is when we have divided government like we do now and we had under President Trump, we don't want the minority party or the party, I should say, in control of the House to always impeach the president. That is not good for the country. Having said that, we need to follow the evidence. And that's what Chairman Comer and Chairman Jordan have done on the Judiciary and the Oversight Committees. And quite frankly, what we're finding, Stuart, is incredibly troubling. And it's particularly this WhatsApp revelation now, which is, to me, seems like direct evidence that at least Hunter Biden should be held to account and possibly his father, because also having read the 1023, that confirmed everything as well.
That was what my father's sitting next to me. Pay up or else. My father's sitting next to me. That's the one. Congressman, thanks very much for being with us today. We appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stuart.